Hello, thanks a lot for joining me in this video. It's been a long time since I have recorded a video, and today I had a literal purpose to talk to you about the current scarcity mindset that we are having. Because of the scorching summer, because of the deficiency of the rain, we get a lot of scarcity feeling, right? So you take the newspaper and read the opening page, you're seeing only scarcity news. Water scarcity, electricity scarcity, safety scarcity, and whatnot, everything. These segment of people are not safe, this segment of people are not safe, this, that, etc. So when you are starting a day, you get lots of abundance of pain, and you get a lot of resources, scarcity messages. You open your phone, you turn on the notifications, and a lot of notifications come speaking about the scarcity. And the biggest striking scarcity that we are having in the past 2.5 months have been water scarcity. Tamil Nadu and other regions in India have got very less water. 91 out of this 92 reservoirs of water in India, 86 reservoirs of water have got only 20% or 25% of water capacity. So that was a prehistoric kind of a news, and hitherto we had not got such kind of water scarcity. So what do you take from all this? An African proverb says that if the inner enemy is realized, and if there is no inner enemy, the outer enemy can do no harm for you. So these scarcity messages always come and they spiral around us, and they create the inner enemy within us. So that's the biggest problem that we are facing. That's even more dangerous than the scarcity we actually have, right? So every time you read a newspaper, every time you come across the news that there is a scarcity of something, you develop the inner enemy inside. You develop the fear, you develop the doubt. You develop the doubt, and you try to have that message as the biggest safe and biggest conformity. There is a kind of a conformity that is happening over there. I thought of giving a video message for avoiding the scarcity mindset. If the scarcity has to be removed, scarcity mindset has to be removed. If the deficit has to be removed, the deficiency motivation mindset has to be removed. So you got to first of all understand that whenever a scarcity strikes, there is always going to be a solution along with it. Nature doesn't create any storm that is not going to be settled down. We are definitely going to have scarcity, and we are going to have solution packed behind that. So we got to have this mindset straight. If you keep your mind straight, as the old adage says, if the inner enemy is properly controlled, the outer enemy cannot do any harm for you. The scarcity is the outer enemy. So you talk to yourself that the scarcity is definitely not going to push me down. You tell yourself that when you are exposed to a newspaper, magazine, or whatever form of social media which carries the messages, you tell yourself that this is not going to be putting me down. This is not going to get my resources out of myself. So this collective mindset has got a lot of power. So you got to talk, and you got to really understand that this mindset is going to be the biggest security manifold safeguard around yourself. As far as water scarcity is concerned, you can build your own measures. When you get even simplest forms of rain, and you have lots and lots of drainage holes and drainage centers of your house. Let's say, for example, if your house is a single-story building, anyhow, if it is a 20 minutes or 25 minutes of rainfall, you're definitely going to have the flow of the rainwater, the drained rainwater coming down. So you got to take that, you got to fill that water as into the reservoir, and you can fill your tanks. So we can take preventive measures, and we can definitely look into lots of other alternatives for improving from the scarcity, getting out from the scarcity. But staying in the scarcity mindset is definitely going to push you down, and it is going to make you as a diseased fellow. So it is supposed to be combined with both. You have to have the mechanics, the techniques for saving water. I'm speaking very strictly about water scarcity now. You got to have the mechanics, like I can save water. That kind of mindset has to be there, and your inner mind storm has to be settled. The mechanics outside will not be very much reflective if the mechanics inside your mind is not very much powerful. If you are trying to safeguard yourself by taking the rainwater or building up your own personal reservoir of rainwater, you should be happy enough. You should be really have the merry thinking that this is definitely going to safeguard, and if people out there are also going to use this, they will also be safeguarded. That kind of mechanism has to be there in your mindset. But if you are creating a reservoir and inside you build up the fear, the doubts, then it is not going to work out. The biggest problem of human race is the self-doubt and self-fear that they have. And if they are coupled up with scarcity mindset, then there is no harmful disease other than that. So I would like to put everything into the nutshell, and I would like to give you 3 points. Point number 1, understand that scarcity is only less dangerous than the scarcity mindset. You got to take care of the scarcity mindset first and then the scarcity in itself. Number 2, first of all, you got to understand that whatever form of scarcity may be, whether it is a finance scarcity, whether it is a resources scarcity, or whether it is a affection, care, love, and your affinity scarcity, whatever it may be, you got to first of all think about the techniques, and the techniques will automatically work only when you are having the mindset right. When you are taking a measure, your mind has to be supporting that measure. If the mind is not supporting, and if you're taking hell a lot of measures, then it is going to be a futile one only. That's the second point. The third point, understand this statement. Through all the pain and through all the chaos, God builds a warrior. Through all the pains and through all the chaos, God builds a great warrior. So you are a great warrior through all the pains and through all the scarcity feeling. So it is only through the scarcity and it is only through all this chaos you are going to become a warrior. So when a misfortune comes, it does not leave you until it teaches you the proper lesson for which it has actually come. When you have a problem, please understand that the problem is there for teaching you something. And until it finishes teaching you that particular something, it does not go away from you. So it doesn't mean that I'm asking you to welcome the problem. I'm always a believer of the statement, the problem is a problem only if you see the problem as a problem. I repeat, and I'm a little fast. The problem is a problem only if you are seeing that problem as a problem. So it is going to be living alongside you. And if you are giving too much of life to it, when you are giving too much of life to the problem, it is only when you think that the problem is going to take you away. The life that you are giving to the problem has to be a little bit less in intensity, because you will have to internalize the problem that, okay, so it is here to teach me something, and it is definitely going to teach me something, and I'm going to allow that to teach me something. Until that, I'm going to be abiding and embracing that. So as the saying goes, anything that does not kill us only makes us stronger. So these scarcity problems that we are experiencing are only going to make us stronger, because we got to be smart enough, before the next summer, we got to be smart enough to take care of our own reservoirs of water, and we have to be smart enough to think how we can save water during our household purposes. Because we have been so much negligible in terms of this wonderful resource called as water, and that is why we have got this big problem that is looming around us. So make sure that you are taking care of your mind. Keep the mind strong. Scarcity can be handled, and nature is definitely going to be kind to us, and we are going to get necessary and quantum of rainfall in the near future. Maybe tomorrow it could happen, next week it could happen. Nature doesn't create a storm that is never going to end, and we are definitely going to have the life of abundance, provided we do 2 things. 1, get ourselves out of scarcity mindset. 2, send a lots of universal cosmic force by taking the necessary mechanics every single day. So think about this. Again, I would like to retire from this video by saying the statement, if the inner enemy is controlled, the outer enemy can do no harm. And through all this pain and through all this chaos, God builds a great warrior, and that's you. This is Manikandan Sundaresan. Thank you so much. I'll be meeting you in the next video.